On page 4 says line segment KM is a diameter for the circle shown. What is the measure of angle L? So angle L is right here. What is that measure? Anyone? Well, if you're not sure, first of all, look at this. What kind of an angle is angle L? Is it an inscribed angle or is it a central angle? Angle L, inscribed or central?
Inscribed.
It is inscribed. Inscribed because it's got the vertex on the circle. Now, it intercepts this arc, which goes all the way from K over to M. What is the measure of that arc? Hey, pipe down over there. What's the measure of that arc? Hello?
So what?
What's the measure of arc from K all the way over to M? It is. So how many degrees is that? 180. If I have an inscribed angle that intercepts the arc and that arc is 180 degrees, what's the measure of this angle back here? No one remembers?
What?
What's the measure of angle L if it is
90.
an inscribed? It is 90. Yeah, so this is a 90-degree angle. If you remember, you have an inscribed angle and intercepts the arc. It's 180 divided by 2. So whatever this measurement is in degrees, divide it by 2 to get that angle. Okay, so this is 90 degrees. So if that is 90 degrees, and we're talking about a triangle, shut the door, please. All the way. I know. How do you know? Oh, all right. So right here I have a triangle. If this is 90 degrees, how many degrees are in a triangle, first of all? Is it 90? Is it 180? Is it 270? 360? It is not 90. No, because this is 90 already. It is 180 degrees. Yes, 180 degrees. So if this is 90, these two must add up together to be how much? 90. So the measure of angle K and the measure of angle M is equal to 90 degrees. Because there's 180 degrees total minus the 90. Huh? No, not right now. No, this is when I'm teaching. Okay? You should have asked at the beginning. Doesn't matter.
You didn't say that. I thought 2 people get.
I didn't say that. Well, I'm not most people. Sorry. So, solving for x, I need to take the measure of angle K, which is 9x minus 8. Okay, plus the measure of angle M, here's M, which is 8x minus 4, and that is equal to 90 degrees, right here. So, to solve for x, what is my next step going to be? Angie, are you up here? You should be paying attention up here too. What's my next step? Nope, not even that type of problem. But you just came in, so we'll cut you some slack. Guys, come on. If you don't want to go over this, I don't have to at all, really. What's my next step? Subtract?
Combine like terms.
Combine like terms, yes, combine like terms. So I have a 9x plus 8x. What is 9x plus 8x? 17x, right? And then a negative 8 and negative 4. Negative 8 minus 4 is minus 12 equals 90. So 17x minus 12 equals 90. I'm trying to solve for x and get x by itself. What would my next step be? Add 12, add 12. 12s cancel out. I get 17 times x is equal to 102. 17 times x, I'm trying to get x by itself. So Ty, what would I do here? To solve for x? I should divide, right? Divide by 17. 17's cancel out, and x is equal to 6. X is equal to 6. So that answers part C. Part D says find the measures of angle K and M. Well, K is 9x minus 8. So if I substitute 6 in place of the x, it's 9 times 6 minus 8, which is 54 minus 8, which is equal to 46 degrees. Questions on that? All right, angle M. Angle M is 8x minus 4. Again, x is 6, so substitute 6 in place of x. And say 8 times 6 minus 4, 48 minus 4 is 44. And I had someone else said, we don't really have to solve for that 44 degrees like we just did. What else could we do there? Does anybody see? Well, if M, the measure of angle K and M add together to give you 90, you could, after you find this first one, just say 90 minus 46. And that would also give you 44. Okay? So either way. Any questions on 5? All right. How about 6? Did we do 6 yet as a class? Okay, let's do 6. So given that line segment FG is congruent, so line segments are congruent, but their measures are what? Line segments are congruent, but their measures are equal. So if FG, line segment FG, is congruent to line segment JH, what is the measure and length of FG? 6, yes. We don't know 6 of what, or 6 in what length, but it is 6. Okay. Now, line segment FG, that is a chord. It has 2 points on the circle and it intercepts this arc, 143 degrees. If I rotate that, remember I talked about the eyeball and the cornea rotating around. What is the measure of arc JH? Right here. What's this going to be? Not 6. Yeah, 143 degrees. Okay. Any questions on 6? All right, let's go to 7. Did we do 7? Okay, because I guess I did do it with the last class. So given the center point of a circle, the center point of the circle, here's my center point. That center point is HK. That's the center point. And radius R. Okay, this is my radius. Given those two, write an equation for each circle. Now, I have not looked at this cheat sheet. Is this formula under Module 5? If it's not, you're going to want it. And it says x minus h quantity squared plus y minus k quantity squared equals r squared. Is that on the sheet? Okay. That is the equation for a circle. Okay. So if I have a center, Blake, put the phone away. I'm waiting. Did you hear what I said? Can you even hear what I'm saying? Put the phone away. No, put it down, face down, on the desk, in front of you. I'll wait. Oh, so you want to go see someone outside the room? I'm sorry, what?
Trying to run people up. We got 3 days left of school. What is that gonna do for you?
It's not for me, this is for you. You might be able to pass the class. Can you please put the phone down? No, down on the desk. Can you let Sean in? All right, so if I have a center at -5, 2, that is HK. That is H comma K. So H is -5, K is 2. So we are going X minus my H value, which is -5 squared, plus Y minus my K value, which is 2 quantity squared, equals R. What does R stand for? Radius. Radius is 6 squared.
Is that turn into a positive?
Yes, we have to clean this up a little bit, and Chase is right. We cannot have a double negative. So we change this to adding the opposite, which makes it x plus 5. So I'm going to rewrite it and say x plus 5 squared plus y minus 2 squared equals, and 6 squared is how much? 36. That is your final answer. Okay. Blake, put the phone away. Sean, are you okay? Do you have your packet just to take out? All right. Letter B, I'm going to skip that. You guys can try that on your own. Also, you can look at my notes from today's date and should be able to figure that out. How about number 8? Find the measure of x. First of all, what kind of an angle is this that has its center as the vertex of that angle? What do we call that type of angle?
It's a sector.
What is it?
It's a sector.
Secular?
Sector.
Sector? That is a sector, yes. The whole thing is a sector, that is true. But what kind of angle is that? Is it central or inscribed?
That's correct.
Central, because the vertex is at the center, okay? So this is a central angle. How would I find that measurement?
Adding up all the things plus 360.
Plus 360?
Top 360.
No.
I mean 360.
You're right. This whole thing is 360 degrees. Is it going to be more than 360? This angle right here?
Oh, subtract it.
Yeah, subtract. So I need to add up all of these. So that's 115 plus 60 plus 105. 6, 7, 8 And 1 plus 1 is 2. So 360 minus all three other ones added together gives me 80 degrees. Questions on that? Okay, let's go to number 9. Number 9, it says, is tangent to circle G. JH is tangent. What does that mean if it's tangent? It means it's touching the circle in one spot. Okay, so it's intersecting or touching the circle in that spot. So what kind of angle does that make for GJH? Anyone? What kind of an angle is GJH?
So what type of angle?
What type of angle?
Right.
It's going to be a right angle. Yes. So we're going to use Pythagorean theorem. You only use Pythagorean theorem for a right angle. So a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Guys, this is really important because you need to remember which sides are the legs, A and B. So right here, JH and GJ, they make up the L. Those are the legs, okay? Doesn't matter which one you make A or B, could be either way. Do you need another one? It's on my desk underneath that clipboard. One is for prime and one is for integrated 2. So it doesn't matter which one is A or B, but just get those down. So I'm going to say A is 24, B is 10, and C is my hypotenuse. That's what I'm trying to solve for. So I leave that as C squared. 24 squared is 576. Plus 10 squared is 100.
No.
Put those together and I get
676.
676 equals c squared, but I don't want c squared. I just want this length of c. So take the square root. Take the square root. And if you take the square root of a square, those are going to cancel out. And c is equal to... What's the square root of 676? Anyone? 26. And we don't have anything there, so I could just put units. Because it's a length, right? It's not units squared, it's not area, but just a regular length. Questions on that one? I'm guessing we didn't do number 10. Okay, so number 10, see the figure below, or actually to the side. What is the circumference of the circle? If you were to describe circumference to a 3rd grader, how would you describe it? Do you know what it is yourself? How would you describe it, or what is it? Anyone got an idea? Circumference. It is not a knight of the round table. What I like to think of it as the fence around the circle. So it basically is perimeter, but it has a fancy name because it's for a circle only. So the distance around the circle, the fence around the circle. So the circumference, the fence around the circle. What is my formula for circumference when they have given me this chord, not a chord, sorry, that this line segment AB is 8? Because I have 2 formulas I can use. Anyone? 2 times pi times r. So what they gave me is the radius. So circumference is 2 times pi times, what is my radius? 8. And c is equal to, when you multiply 2 times pi times 8, bless you. What do we get? 2 times pi times 8. Guys, you have the calculators in front of you. 2 times pi times 8.
16.
16 pi, which is how much? 50.265. Round to the nearest tenth. Right, it's a 2. Look next door, 5 or more, it's going to go up. So that is 50.3. They don't give us units, but since it's circumference, it's just units to the first power. It's not squared because it's not area. It's not cubed because it's not volume. So 50.3 units. Letter B, what is the arc length of arc AC? Now, they don't want the measure of it. They want to know what is its length. The measure of it is 108 right here. The measure is 108, but they want to know how long is it. If I were to take a measure, a tape measure, how long would it be? Well, you are going to take 108, which is its measure, out of 360, because the whole circle is 360 degrees, and this is only part of that circle, times the circumference, which we already found to be 50.3, or 2 times pi times 6, which is 50.3. So take 108 divided by 360 times 50.3. And what are we going to get on the calculator? So it's obviously going to be less. 15.09. It says round to the nearest tenth. The 0 is in the tenth place. Look next door, 5 or more, it's going to go up. So that is 15.1 units in length. Hey, question, should our arc length be less than our circumference? Yes, because it's only part of the circle. So that makes sense. That's just a quick little check. Any questions on 10? All right, let's do 11. Looking at the figure below or to the right, answer the following questions. Since line segment AB and line segment AC are both tangent to the circle and they meet at point A, they are blank. Congruent, yes. That means they have the same measure, but since we're talking about line segments, the segments themselves are congruent. Remember that key word, okay? Then it says, use your answer from part A to solve for X. Well, if those line segments are congruent, these measures are going to be equal. So you set them equal to each other. 8x minus 12 equals 6x minus 2. Can I combine like terms on one side of the equation? No. So we need to move them mathematically, okay? So I am going to move the smaller of the x's over here by subtracting. Those x's cancel out. I have 2x over here. And since I have x's on one side, I want my numbers on the other. So I'm going to move negative 12 over here by adding 12. adding 12. 12s cancel out. And negative 2 plus 12 is 10. So 2 times x is equal to 10. So I divide by 2, divide by 2, x is equal to 5. So that is the answer for part B, but we still need to do C. And it says, what are the measures of line segment AB and AC? Well, you substitute that x value back in. I'm going to pick AC because I think that one's a little easier. 6x minus 2 is 6 times 5. That's what I'm substituting in, minus 2. 30 minus 2 is 28. So AC is 28 units in length. How do I find AB? Do I need to substitute it in? No, because they're equal. So if AC is 28 and they are congruent, AB is also going to be 28 because they are both the same length. Okay. Quick question. These were not the same length. Did we ever say that they were congruent? No, we just said they added up to 90. Okay. All right. Where am I at? Given circumferences of the circle, find the radii. Here's our last problems. So circumference is 56 pi. What is my formula for circumference? If we're trying to find radius, I should use C equals 2 pi r. And if C is 56 pi, put that in place. 56 pi equals 2 pi r. You're solving for r. So you want to divide by 2 pi. Divide by 2 pi. Those simplify out, and r is equal to pi divided by pi simplifies out. 56 divided by 2 is 28. So my radius is 28. Over here, very similar, C equals 2 pi r. Circumference is 12 pi. Make sure you substitute that in for the C. You're solving for r. Divide by 2 pi, divide by 2 pi. Those simplify out. R is equal to 12 divided by 2, which is 6. Your homework tonight, especially if you have accommodations, is to work to complete the gold sheet. Fill in that gold sheet and look over Module 6, which is the next section right here. Okay? Boom. All right. Have a great rest of your day at Pike High School.